Imagine a day where you meet 5 different girls, and they all confess their love to you. Not only that, but they all end up living in your house. It sounds like the plot of a generic harem anime, but stay tuned, because this story holds a massive surprise that turns everything upside down. The story begins with our protagonist, Asahi, waking up and watching a morning TV program. The horoscope predicts that it is his lucky day and lists 5 specific lucky items: a corner, a train, stairs, a cleaning robot, and a letter. As he heads to school, the prophecy immediately begins to unfold. At a street corner, he literally bumps into a girl named Aoi. They have a somewhat awkward collision, and Aoi rushes off in a hurry. Asahi notices she dropped something and picks it up, intending to return it later. Next, Asahi boards a train that is suspiciously empty. There, he encounters a girl named Mongfa. In a clumsy accident, he touches her, nearly getting beaten up in the process. Shortly after, on the stairs, he has a run-in with a girl named Karen. Asahi accidentally stops in a compromising way, causing Karen to slap him and storm off. However, it's revealed to be a misunderstanding. The suspicious object in his pocket was just a banana he had brought for lunch. Continuing his chaotic commute, Asahi crosses paths with a cleaning robot dragging a pile of clothes. Just then, a girl named Amelia arrives and mistakenly accuses Asahi of being a lingerie thief, as he happens to be holding her clothes. The robot drags her away, giving Asahi a chance to escape the confusion. Finally, he encounters a dog and a person named Ilya, who appears to be a boy but looks very feminine. Ilya is in a predicament with another dog. Asahi tries to ignore it, but his luck runs out, and he ends up in the same messy situation. Asahi finally arrives at school, late and exhausted. He meets his best friend, Yoshio. To his shock, he discovers that all the girls he met earlier are new transfer students in his class, and Mongfa is their new teacher. Asahi tries to hide, but the teacher spots him. The girls recognize him as the pervert from earlier and beat him up again. Yoshio is thrilled about the new arrivals, but becomes jealous when Asahi explains his morning encounters. Later, Asahi finds the final lucky item, a letter in his locker asking him to meet up. He initially decides to ignore it. On his way to lunch, he bumps into Aoi again. He tries to return the item she dropped earlier, but accidentally pulls out Amelia's underwear instead. Aoi, thinking he is a pervert, slaps him. He then meets Karen, who missed out on lunch. Asahi kindly offers her his banana. Realizing that the earlier incident on the stairs was just about a piece of fruit, Karen apologizes for the misunderstanding. Next, he saves Ilya, who is being chased by dogs again, suffering another traumatic moment in the process. Teacher Mongfa finds him bitten and takes him to the infirmary. There, he meets Amelia again, clears up the misunderstanding about the clothes, and returns them to her. Remembering the letter, Asahi goes to the meeting spot and finds Aoi. Before he can return her lost item, she suddenly confesses her love to him. A gust of wind leads to another accidental, lucky pervert moment involving her clothes, but Aoi runs away in embarrassment, clarifying she didn't mean to expose herself. Strange events continue as Ilya also confesses love to him. Then, Mongfa pulls him into an alley to hide from pursuers. She claims she needs to pretend to be intimate to hide, and tells him she loves him. Asahi flees, flustered. He then finds Karen wearing a wedding dress. She reveals she is a famous model and tries to drag him to a hotel instead of a church. He manages to escape, only to be stopped by Amelia asking for an autograph, which turns out to be a marriage registration form. Exhausted, Asahi returns home hoping to relax, only to find all 5 girls are there. He receives a message from his father stating that they are all potential marriage candidates and will be living with him. Asahi tries to kick them out, claiming a lack of space, but the house mysteriously expands with new rooms. He resigns himself to his fate. The chaos continues into the night with bath time mishaps involving Karen and Amelia, leading Asahi to flee to the roof, where he finds Mongfa. He tries to tell them to leave, but they have nowhere to go. Eventually, Asahi learns that Aoi felt drawn to him just by hearing his name, which influenced the others to approach him too. Touched by their situation, Asahi agrees to let them stay. Life proceeds with odd occurrences. Amelia struggles immensely with Japanese kanji characters. Asahi helps her study in the library. Amelia gets frustrated, feeling her efforts are pointless, but reveals she desperately wants to learn Asahi's language. Asahi encourages her, gifting her a kanji keychain, which helps her pass her exam. We then focus on Ilya, who is actually a girl named Irina. She pretended to be a boy to fulfill her father's wish for a son. During a trip to a hot spring, which the girls won by pure luck, Asahi and Ilya are placed in the men's section. Irina goes to great lengths to hide her gender, using a mask and towels, leading to hilarious misunderstandings about her manhood. After a slip-up reveals the truth, Irina confesses her secret to Asahi. He accepts her, encouraging her to live as the girl she wants to be. The next day, she comes to school dressed as a girl, shocking everyone. Later, Mongfa's past is revealed. She was a former agent/assassin. A man from her past kidnaps Asahi to lure her out. Mongfa reveals she found redemption and the meaning of life through teaching and meeting Asahi. Together, they defeat the enemy, solidifying their bond. The story takes a bizarre turn when giant robots attack the school, stealing men's little friends. Karen reveals she is a magical girl. With the help of a creature named Zot, she transforms to fight. She explains she became a magical girl after Zot fell from the sky. To defeat the enemy, she and Asahi must charge up energy through love. Asahi tells her everyone is special to him, which causes Karen's heart to race enough to power the attack and save the day. The turning point, the group goes on a beach trip. Suddenly, all the girls disappear except Aoi. Asahi's memories begin to loop and fade. Under a cherry blossom tree, Aoi confesses her true love, revealing she is actually Ai, Asahi's childhood friend. Glitches appear in the world, and Aoi vanishes into a portal. Asahi wakes up the next day in a world where no one remembers the girls. He runs into a woman named Yoshino, who looks like his friend Yoshio. She takes him to a laboratory and reveals the shocking truth. Everything Asahi experienced was a simulation. He was part of an experiment by the Cavendish Company to help artificial intelligence develop human emotions. The 5 girls were AIs designed to fall in love with him. Yoshio was actually Yoshino, a supervisor in the simulation. The experiment was going well until the beach episode, where a system error forced Asahi out. The backstory is tragic. A scientist created the first sentient AI by copying the brain data of his dying daughter, Ai, Asahi's childhood friend who passed away. Asahi had joined the experiment to try and move on from her death. Yoshino reveals that the AI system is now in chaos because the core AI, based on AI's consciousness, has awoken within Aoi, causing a conflict. The system is trying to delete the girls. Asahi decides to dive back into the virtual world to save them. Inside the simulation, Asahi reunites with the girls. They fight their way through security programs, manifested as robots and soldiers, to reach the core. One by one, the girls sacrifice themselves so Asahi can move forward. Mongfa stays behind to hold off an army, thanking Asahi for teaching her love before she is deleted. Karen and Irina use their powers to clear a path, leaving heartbreaking final messages urging Asahi to cherish his real life. Amelia gets Asahi to the final door, kissing him and telling him to be happy before she too stays behind to face the enemy. Asahi finally reaches Aoi. He confronts the memory of the real AI. We see flashbacks of their childhood, Ai's illness, her desire for Asahi to succeed, and her tragic death while watching a video of him. In a tearful reunion within the digital space, the real AI tells Asahi to forget her and live his life. Asahi refuses, confessing he always loved her. AI admits she loved him too and wished they had more time. They share a final kiss and goodbye as the simulation crumbles and the satellite data is destroyed, setting AI's soul free. Epilogue. Years later, Asahi is in university. He visits AI's grave, having moved forward with his life. But there is one final surprise. Robotics technology has advanced to the point where AIs can inhabit physical bodies. Yoshino sends him 4 large boxes. Out pop Karen, Amelia, Irina, and Mongfa, now with robot bodies in the real world. Aoi, the AI version, arrives separately on foot. The story ends with Asahi and the 5 girls living together in the real world, ready for a new chaotic life, fulfilling the promise that they would all be together.